Okay, let's see if this is working, and it looks like we are live. So let's just switch back there. Okay, so today we are going to talk about SwiftUI lists. We are going to go in and out with SwiftUI lists. And yeah, this is the demo project that we will build out. And let's just wait a little bit till everyone, well, some of you join. And go ahead and just so I know that you are here, go ahead. I'm listening or I'm looking at the chat. Go ahead and write where are you from and maybe what do you want to learn? What are you working on? Or your questions about today's topic, SwiftUI lists. And we are going to dive deep into SwiftUI lists. We are going to learn like 99% of what you have to learn in order to utilize SwiftUI lists efficiently. Okay, so yeah, I can see the watch count is going up. Go ahead and type where are you from inside the chat, so I do know that you can hear me and you can see me properly. And yeah, I'm eagerly looking forward to know where are you from watching. Okay, so yeah, before we start off, let me just remind you about the Dev Factory, and that is at rebeloper.com/mentoring. If you do have a bug and you want me to help you with that, or if you want to learn SwiftUI on a one-on-one call, Dev Factory, a mentoring session with me on a Zoom call, 60 minutes, will be perfect for that. So I have students who had these mentoring sessions for learning SwiftUI basic views, basic stuff. I had bug fixes, building out a feature for your app. So all of that, go ahead and check out rebeloper.com/mentoring and apply now. Book your time for a 60-minute Zoom call. Okay. Yeah, don't forget about leaving your comments in the chat about SwiftUI list. This is what we are going to talk about today. And yeah, maybe where are you from? Hey, Alex, I like your tutorials. Well, thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, I think we are kind of warmed up for today. Let's see what we are going to build out. And this is my demo project right here on the right. And yeah, all about lists. So you understand and utilize lists in SwiftUI efficiently. So this is a standard list. So yeah, this is what tab 0 is all about. Tab 1, we have a star right over here. We also eliminated our divider, you know, that one that is right over here, and it's really hard to get around. Okay, number 2, we can, let me just click on done there. So we can also delete if you wanted to, or let's just delete number 6, why not? And we can add a header, we might add a footer, you will see how to do that. We can have a navigation bar, as you can see. Also, we can add it. So let's just move all of these elements. Yeah, so wherever you want it to. Also, you can just tap on this and delete it. Okay, and finally, let's click on done. Now, if you just go to number 3, as you can see now, we can expand these cells of our list. So these are children of our list. I will show you how to do that. Also, we are going to learn how to navigate. That's why we need a navigation bar right over here. So let's navigate away. You can see that it's element 0. Also, I will teach you how to have this custom, like not custom, it's a go back button, but without the navigation bar. As you can see, we don't have that back button right over here on the top left. So we can just go back, 6, go back. Yeah, so with all of these, you will be able to, you will learn all the cool elements of SwiftUI lists. Okay, so let's jump right into it. And I have prepared a small little advanced, I just added some more stuff to the default SwiftUI content. And that is 4 more views. Here it is the content view and content 1. Content 2, 3, and 4, those are just the basics. Also, I have added them inside a tab view. I do have a selection state right over here, so we can change the selection, so I don't have to tap all the way when I'm explaining all of that. And just added a tab item and tagged all of these views. And yes, now you know how you can create a tab view. Yes, you already learned this so far, but that's not the tutorial that we are looking for today. We do need a list. So let's go into the content view and let's create a basic list. So what I like to do is just remove this default text right over here. And usually you might want to start off with a VStack. I always start off with the VStack because most probably you are on a vertical layout. So let's just go. If you wanted to, you could just add a list right in here, but I prefer to have VStack as the containing content view. Let's call it content view. Okay, so let's just go and create a list right over here, and that will be a simple list. Let's just start off really simple. So let's just go element 0. So it's a list with one single element. Let's hit Command R, and yeah, as you can see, we have that element 0 right over there. And how awesome is that? Now think of what other things you might want to do if you wanted to set this up in UIKit. You want to have a UI table view controller, you want to adhere to the delegates, you want to add the data source. Yeah, so it's quite a lot. This is really simple. Okay, so let's see, let's add some more. So let's add in here some more, like 5. Let's just add in here some more elements. And yeah, so now as you can see, we have already an error. So it says extra arguments at position 11 till 15. And what that means is that a list, as you might already know, only can contain 10 views. As a VStack or a horizontal stack, it can contain only 10 views. I will show you how you can add in more views, but if you just add these views individually, one after the other, it may contain only 10. So let's remove the last 5. Let's rename them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9. Okay, let's hit Command R again and let's see how this looks like. Really great. Of course, if you just want to add more, there's another way to do this. And that way we are going to do in Content View 1. Yeah, we are done with Content View, and that's basically our first lesson. Let's go to our Content View and let's add some more. Again, let me just add in here a VStack as a starter. VStack, there we go. And first of all, let's add in some more data. So all of those elements, let's add them into an array. So let's just go with string array. And that will be an array of strings. And let me just add in here the first one, element 0, comma, and let's just duplicate this really fast. So okay, let's see if we have more than 10. 3, and 10. So we already have 11 elements. So yeah, this is perfect for our example. So what we want to do is just create another list. So list. And this time around, we want to go and add in our string array. There we go. And yeah, with lists, I don't know if you already know about for each views, but if you do, then you do know that it needs an ID, and lists also need IDs. So yeah, we know in which element those elements will be at. Okay, Mark has hello from London. Welcome, Mark from London. Glad that you joined the chat and glad that you joined the live stream. We are all in for SwiftUI lists today. You will learn quite a lot. Okay, let's move on. So let's add our ID, and yeah, you need to have these. Let me just show you the error. So it says, first of all, yeah, there are quite a lot of errors right over here. First of all, we need to add the ID, and it's a combination like / and dot, and yeah, you don't really know / dot or dot /. What I like to go with a metaphor here, and that is that I always think about a winter slope, so a slope with a lot of snow, and there's the snowball rolling down. So this is the slope. Oh, sorry, not that whole thing, but this is the slope, and here is our snowball. And yeah, for the ID, we are going to use self. Okay, we also need to have in here a string, so string in. So basically, this is how we are getting all of the individual elements from the string array as this string. So what we want to do here is just, again, let's just create a text and string. So basically that's it. Let's just go back to our app, and now let the tag number 1 be the one that is going to be shown. Let's just go back here, and yes, let's build and run. Okay, and as you can see, it's by default set to this tab, and we have those 11 elements. Really, really nice. Okay, so that kind of looks like this on the first tab. Besides, of course, it has an extra element, but I want to style it. What about having a custom cell? Because, yeah, if you are using a table view, you might want to use a custom cell. That is what you might want to use inside a list. So let's just scroll down and let's create our custom row. And let's see, we have another comment. I like your snowball example. It's really hard to remember. Yeah, I do understand, and that's why I came up with this. I didn't remember that quite well, so yeah, a snowball falling down on a hill. Okay, so that's / dot, by the way. Okay, so let's create this custom row right over here. You might want to go into a separate file, but for the sake of this tutorial, this is perfectly fine. So let's create a new view. So it will be a struct. Let me just move this all the way up so we can see. And I will name this custom row, and that will be of type view. Come on, view. Okay, so there's only one thing we have to add in here, and that is a body. So let's just have the auto completion, and there we go, we have our body. So what I want to do is, let me just show you right over here, and let's see, it's on the demo. Let's move over here. So I do want to add a star in here and the text basically. And let's just go right over here and let's create a horizontal stack. And then let us just go image. And let's just go system name. And the system name will be star dot fill. Okay, so there's something more that we do need to add in here, but I will just add it in just a second so you know what's going on and what's wrong with this. Now, we do need to add in here a string, so we do want to grab this string. So let's just create a variable here, var string of type string. Yes, of course, you will name your variables much more like actually what it is. But yeah, currently this works fine. And let's just comment this out and let's use our custom row with a string of string. And now we can just build and run again and see what's going on. Okay, so yeah, it looks okay, but the star is black. And as I know it, and I do know it, this is a custom SF symbol, which is in fact, if you a colored one. So we do need to enable that color. Let's just do that. And that's pretty simple. Once you know it, it's just one view modifier, and that is our rendering mode set to. And you can just go with template. That will be black or whatever the tint color is. and that's the default one, but let's just use original. And let's hit Command R again, so we can see that, okay, we have our yellow star. Really, really nice. Okay, so let's move forward. Let's learn how to remove the dividers. And yeah, honestly, you could just go in and have a UI table view appearance on the initializer, but it's not always working, and it is universal in the appearance modification. So yeah, I don't really recommend it. So instead, what I do recommend is just having a scroll view. Let's just comment all of this out, and let's have our scroll view right over here. So scroll view, and let's just try to build out kind of this list. And we are going to use a for each, because yeah, we are going to loop through all of the custom views and for each. And the for each is kind of the same. We want to have a string array, and we want to have an ID snowball right over here, and a self. Okay, open and closed brackets, and we have our string in. Okay, so we have our string right over here. Now let's just simply add our custom row, and let's see what's going to happen. String. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of the basics of how to kind of change or just use another type of list, but it's actually a scroll view. Let's see if it's scrollable. Yes, but it's not quite what we want. We want to push this all the way to the left. So yeah, what should we do? Let's create a horizontal stack. And let's move our custom row inside our H stack. And let's add a spacer right over there. Okay, let's see what we made. Still not finished quite yet, but we are getting there. There we go. What we still need here is a height for these cells. So let's just go and set the frame of the height of our frame. So height to 44, and let's build and run. So Command R. Well, that's okay, but we still need some paddings right over here, and we are going to add the padding on the scroll view itself. So just let's just add this into a new line. So padding, but I don't want to have the padding on top or bottom, so let's just make this dot horizontal, and 12 I think will be okay. Really, really nice. Okay, and as you can see, now we don't have those dividers. Okay, but yeah, we are losing out on all of those really, really nice delete or edit functionalities that the list has. So if you do really want to remove the divider, then yeah, you have to go with no deletion upon swipe and so on. So yeah, this is a cool example, but let me just go back and comment out this one, and let's stick around with the list, because yeah, this is about a list tutorial. So yeah, this looks really, really nice. So let's see, this is the default style, but there are much more styles. So let's take them one by one and let's take a look at them. Of course, you could just, and you will see how to add headers and footers and sections for them, but make sure to check these styles on those also. Currently, we are just going to go through the default ones, so you know that they do exist. Yeah, and then you just pick and choose whatever fits your project best. Okay, by the way, go ahead and ask your questions in the chat. Okay, so list style, that is what we want. So list style, there we go. And my first to go to is the group the list style. Okay, and don't forget to add those two parentheses so you initialize the style. So let's hit Command R and see how this looks like. And this is really, really nice because it has this nice grayish background. Well, it's a system. I think it's the secondary system background. And yeah, this is how it looks like. So these are styles. So just so you know, this is there. Let's take a look at another list style. That will be an inset list style. So inset list style. There we go. Let's just hit Command R and let's take a look at that. And yes, so what we can see here is that we do have this inset right over here, and the last element, we don't have that divider. We have it right on top, right over here. Okay, so yeah, this looks really nice with header and footer, but we are going to talk about them in just a second. Go ahead and then check out this list style. Okay, let's move on to the next one, and that is sidebar list style. So sidebar list style. Okay, let's hit Command R again. And yeah, as you can see, this is what we got here again. Check out the headers and footers. Really, really nice. And finally, let's take a look at the inset grouped list style. So list style, inset grouped list style. Okay, finally, let's hit Command R. And yeah, this is how it looks like. And I can see that we already have 6 likes. Well, thank you very much. You already do know that the likes do help with the YouTube algorithm, so I thank you for that. If you do find these tutorials or this live stream, for that matter, interesting, go ahead and give it a like, because then YouTube will show it to other developers like yourself. Or maybe just share it, or just share it with the community or with your friends. Okay, so now that we are done with the list style, and yeah, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. What are you doing? Why aren't you subscribed? You will get notifications when I push out these new videos, and you can take a look at the live instantly, so you will get notified when and you can just ask your questions in the chat. Go ahead. I don't see any questions in the chat. Oh, Sosi, hello from California. Hello from California for Sosi. Really, really nice. Okay. Let's move forward, because we still have 3 more tabs to conquer today, and that is content view number 2. Let me just move our selection to 2, and let's go into the content view 2. And here, let's just see what should we build out. Okay, let's see. So basically, we are going to dive deep into sections. So we are going to do a header. Also, we are going to delete, this swipe to delete. And then we are going to add this edit button right over here, so we can rearrange them. Let me just grab this one. Or we can also just delete any of the elements. Okay, so that is what, it's really, really strong things here. Let's just start off by adding our data right over here. Let's just copy out all of this data, like string array. Let's just copy this out, paste it in there. And let's just rename this to data. And you will see why. You need to add in some data, that's why. Okay, so, and I do know that we do need to have a mutable data, so we can, delete any of these elements. So for that, we are going to add an at state in front of our variable. So yeah, we can just change the state of that array. Okay, so what's next? Well, we want to add a navigation view, because let's forget about the navigation view just for now. Let's just focus on the list and how we can delete one element. So let's just go and add a list right over here. Let's just start off with a VStack. And I see there's a new comment on the chat. Mark says, just to let you know that my YouTube description for this video says that you are discussing SwiftUI button style. Yes, I do know. After we go, after I just finish this live stream, I will change that. It's grabbing the description from my latest one. So now you know that the live stream from, I think it was on Monday. So the live stream from Monday was all about SwiftUI styles. So SwiftUI button styles. So yeah, go ahead and check that out also after you finish this with this live stream. So yeah, thank you, Mark, for that observation. I do know about that, and I will change it after we finish off with this stream. Okay, so we have our VStack. Let's just go with a list right over here, and let's see, let's add in here a section, and I see that we already have 10 likes. Wow, 10 likes. I think we had 15 likes on Monday, so let's see if we can beat that. Let's see if we can do better today. Radovan says, hello from Belgrade. Okay, hello, welcome to this live stream. We are talking everything you have to know about SwiftUI lists. And yeah, if you do have any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat and leave a thumbs up. It helps. Okay, so lists. Let's go and let's add our first section. So section, there we go. And you know, we have a lot of options right over here. I would just use the one with the header and the content. But yeah, you could just go and use header, footer content, or just with a content. But I would not, I would just use this one. So header, the header, let's just go with the text for now. It could be anything, by the way. It could be a custom view, and you just add it in here. Let me just go and type in header, and yeah, basically that's it. Let's hit tab so we can grab in, go into the content, and then hit return. So now we have our content, and what we are going to do is just go with a for each loop. So not loop, for each view. I always forgot it's a for each view, for each. There we go. And we want to grab our data, and we add our ID right over there, .self. Okay, and now we just have the data right over here. We have a string, no, with a small s right over there, string in. And let's just use our custom row. We already have that. So custom row with a string of string. Okay, looks really nice. So let's hit Command R and see what we build out till this far. Okay, so we have our header, we have all our elements. As you can see, it's a sticky header, so really nice. Now that we have that over there, we will fix that once we add a navigation view. Kadir says, hi from Turkey, you are amazing. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy these live streamings. I prepare quite a lot for these, so yeah, they are in depth. So hopefully you will learn SwiftUI lists all the way today. Okay, yeah, go ahead and leave your comments in the chat or your questions. Okay, and where are you from? Make sure that you comment where are you from. Okay, so we got our custom row. So what we want to do next, we will take care of that once we add the navigation view. It will be automatically taken care of, this bug. Okay, so now what we want to do is just delete. So on the for each, now this is important, on the for each, you want to go on delete, there we go, and we want to perform something. And let's just hit return again, and it adds, gives us back an index set. So index set, there we go. And we want to do something with that index set. Maybe, well, we do want to delete. So I don't really like functions right inside our view hierarchy right over here under the body. So I will create a new function on delete. So outside of the body, let's just create a new function. Let me just move this a little bit up so you can see it better. So func, and it will be delete, and this needs an index set, and that is an index set. So basically this is what it gives us. And now we can just go delete at index set. Okay, so how do we actually delete? Well, we want to know that this index set actually exists. So basically the first element in that index set exists, and then we want to remove it from the data array. So if let first, let's just go first, that's okay. And then index set dot first. So if this is available, then we just go data dot remove at first. There we go. We want to remove it first. Okay, and basically that's it. We just hit Command R and let's see that. Vladimir, I think I have pronounced your name correctly. Hello from Ukraine. Yeah, Ukraine. You are really, really close to my hometown. Okay, Ukraine. Welcome. Make sure to leave your comments in the chat. So let's test this out. Let's delete number 3. As you can see, it's really, really nice. It swipes down, out, and let's delete number 5 by tapping on the delete button. Really, really nice. Okay, so because we do have the index set right over here and the index set, we can make this a little bit easier, like one line on delete. Now you have to type this out. You want to go perform and then delete. There we go. And this will do the same thing. So let's just comment that out because the parameters you give it, they are the same. So there we go. We can just delete if we wanted to, and let's just swipe this and tap on delete. Really, really nice. Okay, so next up, I want to move the rows, and for that we are going to use SwiftUI's edit button. It's a toolbar item, and let's just add in the navigation view. And while we are there, we are going to fix that, element 0 is there picking up. So instead of the V stack, let's create a navigation view. And for that navigation view, let's add a title. So inside the navigation views, it's a completion. So inside there on the list, let's add our navigation title. So navigation title, and I will just call it navbar. And after that, let's add, let's just see how this looks like. Basically, we solved the peeking there. You can see really, really nice. So let's add a toolbar, and the toolbars are, on the top and left, or you can just do it on the bottom also, but we are concerned only about the top left. And let's just go toolbar with the content, and let's remove all of this junk. We don't need that. And here we are going to add a toolbar item, and with a content. So let's just hit that return again, and the content will be an edit button. Now this comes from SwiftUI. As I told you, this, if you do have a list with that toolbar, it will jump into effect. Okay, you can see now we have this edit button right over here. If you just scroll all the way up, the edit button stays right over there. If you tap on it, you will see that, okay, we can now delete them. Really, really nice. Okay, we can't swipe, of course, because if you just tap on done and then you can swipe, but yeah, we still have to implement the on move. Let's do that. So let's go here and just start typing in on move, and with the perform. 13 likes. Oh my god, 13 likes. Let's go for 15, and let's say, I don't know, in the next 5 minutes. If you haven't already liked, go ahead and like this stream, because it helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. So on move, perform, and we are getting back an index set. So index set, and actually we are index set or indices, but I'm just going to call this index. Well, let's just go with indices. It's a little bit, you can understand it. And this is the new offset. So new offset, basically where the new one will land. So for that, we need to create again a new function, and let's just scroll all the way down here. So func, and let's just call this move row, and here come the parameters from indexes, okay, and that is an index set, okay, and then to our destination, and that will be an int. Okay, as you can see, those are kind of the parameters that we already got here, and let's just go move a row from indices, or let's just call them indexes, why not, indexes, and let's just call this destination. Okay, destination, there we go. Okay, so how do we actually move? Well, first of all, we want to know that we do have a first one on the indexes, and then we want to, first of all, we want to remove that from the first, and then insert on the destination. So yeah, this will be a little bit complicated, but you will see it once I type it out. So if let first equals indexes dot first, there we go. So we got our first. Now here comes the interesting part. First, yeah, so let's just go data and insert at, and first of all we want to go data remove at, and that is our first, yes, and we are going to insert that at the destination. So now you know it's a little bit tricky, but it does what it meant to do. So now if I tap on edit, you see that we have these lines over here, and we can move those. Really nice. Okay, or of course we can just make this a little bit like shorter. So on move, you have to oh, I didn't add a dot here. So what I was saying is that you have to add in perform move row, and that's it. Okay, let's hit Command R and see if all of this works. Okay, Luistron, nice examples. Greetings from Mexico. Thank you. I hope these are really good explanations for SwiftUI List. Maximilian L, hey, hi, great work. Thanks, by the way. Can you make a vid on CL location, including something GPS Kalman filter? I don't know about Kalman filter. I do talk a lot about CL location on my maps video. So go ahead and search for Rebeloper maps or location or something like that, because I do have videos on that. Just search the channel and you will find a lot of stuff about CL location. It's almost like it's correlated with maps, so that's why you want to take a look at those. Okay, back to you, Maximilian. Let's see. I think we are done right over here. Let's move on to our next view, and that is content view free. So let's just add in here our selection of free, and let's move right over there. Okay, so what do we actually want to achieve right over here on this view? Well, we want to learn how to add these children right over here. And you can see it's really nice. Okay, so let's start off again with well, we can just add it onto a VStack, but let me just show you that you might omit it. So before we are going to type out, let's just create a person, because yeah, currently we just have string values, but I do want to show you how you can omit the ID with a person struct, so a model basically. So let's start off with that. So let's create our person right over here. Of course, you might want to move this struct into another file, but it's okay for the purpose of this tutorial. So struct person, and yeah, to remove that ID, you know, ID snowball self, you want to make these models to be identifiable. So identifiable. And what this means that we want to give a value for ID. So var ID, this is necessary to conform to identifiable. And yeah, this could be any hashable. So let's just add in UUI the, and basically that's just it. So now you have identifiable. And if you just want to, let's just create our list right over here. So list, oh, sorry. First of all, let's create some data. So the data, let's just create it right over here. And yeah, by the way, let's just add in here a name for at least a name. So name, and that will be equals to an empty string. Okay, so let's create our data. And again, this needs to be a mutable one. So let's create state var data. That will be an array of persons. Person equals, and here's our array. And let's create some. So person, and the ID, I don't care about the ID because that's already been set. Let's just add in here Alex, and let's add a comma. Let us just create 2 more. Okay, and let's just go with Jane and John. Okay, so now we got our data. Now we can add in our list right over here in the body. So let's just go list, and open parentheses data, and now we actually don't need to add in our ID because it will infer that this is identifiable. This is a person that we are getting out, person in. Okay, so yeah, let's use again our custom row, and it needs a string, and that will be our person's name. Okay, let's see. Let's build and run and see what we got till this point. Really nice. Okay, it's scrollable. Alex, Jane, and John. Nice. Okay, but we came here to learn about children. So let's just add here a new variable, and let's just call it children. So var children, and this will be an array of persons. So person. And this needs to be optional, and you will see because it needs to be optional because on the list the children have to be optional. So that's why we have this right over here. So let's go for Jane and just go children, and let's create an array here, and let's just go person, and let's take care of remove the ID name. Let's just go with Kate, and we don't care about its children, so yeah, we can remove that. And I will just copy this out and duplicate it, so we will have 2 children. And yeah, let's just have a little bit more room right over here. So instead of Kate, let's just use Bob. Okay, and now let's copy all of that out and put it under John. So yeah, we have a lot more examples. Alice, and then maybe Rob or Ron. Let's just go with Ron. Okay, so how do you actually add these children? Well, it's really easy with list. Just go children, okay, and you just add them with a snowball. Children. Okay, so yeah, this children is this children. Okay, and that's all you have to do. How awesome is that? Okay, and now you can see that we have all of these children right over there. Really nice. Okay, and finally we came to our last part, and that is navigation. So whenever we tap on any of the cells of a list, we want to navigate away. And of course, for that we do need actual navigation view. So let's just go ahead and clear, let's head the selection to 4 and take a look at content view number 4. Okay, so let's see, what do we need here? Well, at least we need some data, and I personally at least need 15 likes, because we do have 14 likes and it helps with the algorithm, it helps boost this video. So one more like would be fantastic. So first of all, let's create our data, and I will just copy our data. Let's see, Swift, maybe this too. Yes, this will be okay. So we got our elements right over there. So let's just paste them in there. Okay, so we got our data, and now we want to add all of this into the navigation view. So let me just show you before I just start typing in what we are going to build. So navbar, okay, that's our navigation bar, and we are going to navigate away to destination and just go back. Okay, so this is what we eventually are going to build out on Content View 4. So let's just start off with our navigation view, because yeah, we need that navigation view. There we go. So we got our navigation view. Now let's take care of our list. So list, and you should already be familiar with this. So for each, there we go, and data. And yeah, because these are strings, we want to add the ID. So there we go, snowball, self, there we go. And then string in, oh, I need the parentheses right over here and the closing parentheses right over there. Okay, so here we just go with our custom row with a string. Okay, let's add in navigation bar title, and that is on the list. So navigation title, nav bar. Okay, so let's hit Command R and see what we got till there. And most probably you already know this, so we built this out already. So I want to go and tap on this and navigate away somewhere. But where? So in order to have somewhere, we want to create, let's call it a detail view, and I will just add it right over here. You might want to add this into a separate file, as I told you for others, but yeah, it's good for now. So let's create a new view. So it will be a struct detail view. That will be a view. Okay, so what we want here is actually a body, and that's the only thing that is required. And in that body, let's see, what do we actually want? Well, let's see, let's add VStack. Let's just go with a VStack, a simple VStack. There we go. And yeah, we don't have to add anything else, but because I know that this is going to be pushed from a navigation view, I'm just going to add a navigation title. So navigation title, and the title will be the string that I will just add in here. You already saw this. I'm just adding var string of type string, and yeah, because this will be required, I can just simply add it right over there. Okay, so let's see if I just add in the detail view right over here. But yeah, we are presenting a custom view. How do we actually navigate? Well, because we are in the navigation view, let's just navigate with the navigation link. So navigation link, and I'm just going to use, there are quite a lot of here, but the most obvious for this use case is the destination and the label. Well, the destination will be our detail view, and the detail view has a string, so we do need to provide that. And the label, I just hit return, selected label and hit return, so it's auto completing, and the label will be our custom row right over here. And that's it. Let's see, let's build and run and see this in action. So let's tap on element 1. We can just tap back. Really nice. How awesome is that? Let's tap on element 10. Great. Okay, but what if you don't really like this back button? You might want to remove it. Also, you do want to navigate back. So as a bonus, I would just give you this. And let's just add in here, first of all, let's go with removing the back button. So dot navigation. Oh, we do have 15 likes. Awesome. Thank you. So that was our record for Monday. Let's see if we can beat that. So 16 likes would be awesome. Go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already done so. If you did, thank you very much. So navigation bar, and let's just search for button hidden. Yes, navigation bar back button hidden, and let's just set this to true. Okay, let's see what this looks like currently. Okay, let's just navigate away, and we cannot navigate back because yeah, the navigation back bar button has been hidden. So let's create a button right over here, which will actually go back. So let's just go a button, a simple button, and I will just choose the one with the action and label. Honestly, this is my favorite button type. And the label will be a text, a simple text to go back. Okay, and what will be the action? Well, environment to the rescue. Yeah, I don't know if you have heard of it, but now you do. I do have a present, and you want to have the presentation mode environment, and I already have a code snippet for this on my Xcode, so I don't have to type it out over and over again. It's environment, snowball presentation mode, private var presentation mode. So the presentation mode is what you want to access in any of your views if you are inside a navigation view stack. And what you want to go is just grab its wrapped value and just go dismiss. And that's it. Maybe let's just add a spacer. So we just push that button all the way up, so it's not straight in the center. Okay, let's just go with element 0, tap on go back. Really, really nice. Okay. One thing that you might want to add in here, so, and you can add here, is just, let me just add in here a new modifier, and that is navigation bar hidden. Navigation bar hidden. Let's set this to true. Of course, this if let me just move this a little bit down, remove these two because yeah, they are irrelevant. The navigation bar will be hidden, and I will add in the string right over here. So go back from and just add the string right over here. Okay, so yeah, this will do the same thing. Just so you know that you can also hide the navigation, or as you can see now we have go back from element 0, go back from element 5. Really, really nice. Oh, we already have 17 likes. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, we are at the end of our live stream session. We learned about SwiftUI lists, and I will do a recap in just a second. But before we do that, let me just remind you about the Dev Factory. It's at rebeloper.com/mentoring. If you have any questions about SwiftUI lists, or if you have a bug in your code, or if you want me to build out a feature in your project, go ahead and check out rebeloper.com/mentoring, where you can have a 16 minutes one-on-one Zoom call with yours truly. And yeah, go ahead and book your time. I'm eager to talk with you. I have been having students learning basic SwiftUI, building out features for their apps, even a bug fix, or let's say if you do want to have my knowledge or my 2 cents on your project, or some advice on how to do this or that, go ahead and apply now. rebeloper.com/mentoring. And we already have 18 likes. Well, thank you very much. Yeah. It does a lot to the YouTube algorithm, and yeah, hopefully this will be shown to a lot of other like-minded developers. Okay, so let's recap here. Just a small recap of what we've done. First of all, we just created a simple list, and that is under the content view, a simple list that had 10 elements. Of course, you cannot have more than 10 basic elements inside a list. So for that, we have this for each, and that is under content view 2. Well, it's content view 1 basically, but tab bar 2, number 2. And right over here, as you can see, we added that inside a list, and we just iterated through them and added a custom row also. I just also showed you how to remove the divider with the scroll view. Of course, you will not be able to delete, like swipe to delete, all of that good stuff. And we just take a look at the styles that we might have. Okay, next up we added a header, navigation. We just added this edit functionality. We added swipe to delete functionality, and that's all under content view 2 right over here. Okay, next up we just let's see, we added this child cells, let's call them cells. Under content view 3, we added a person, and I just showed you how to not have that ID added all the time. If you have that your model identifiable, then that's really nice. Also, under content view 4, we just learned how to navigate. We just navigated away to a new a destination view, a detail view. That's what I called it. Okay. Hello from India. Hello, Debika. I follow your tutorials. They are very helpful. Thank you, sir. Well, you are very well welcome. Hopefully, well, basically you came kind of at the last moment, but you can rewatch this and take a look at the resources. Of course, they are down below in the description. They are pointing to my site where you have all of the resources available. So go ahead and check that out. And yeah, that's it for SwiftUI List. And as a last thought, go ahead and check out rebeloper.com/mentoring, where you can meet me on a one-on-one 16-minute Zoom call. And that's it for me today. I'm out.